slightly different video for you guys this week. I'm still messing around with my new camera. I recorded loads of footage on my new camera whilst I was away on holiday a couple of weeks ago, and it's taken me a while to work out how to process it and edit it into a video because my laptop can't handle it. So that was a bit of an error. So I'm recording this time on a slightly lower res, hoping that my laptop will be able to handle it a bit better, and I can kind of get my head around using the camera and the microphone and everything a bit more. Sorry if you can see the chaos that's in the room. This room is always a bit chaos. So I thought I would share a bit of what I'm getting up to. So this is going to be a bit of a creative, crafty life vlog situation. My hair is a bit wet because I had a haircut this morning, and I hate it when you come home and you're covered in little bits of hair. So I had a bit of a quick shower when I got back. I also had more hair on me because my son had a haircut too, and so I was holding on to him, and so I got covered in his hair too. We have the same hair, so it's actually quite hard to tell. But yeah, so I was waiting for my hair to dry, but I decided I'd crack on because I've got things to do. So I am going to share a bit of a life crafty kind of vlog. And it's not going to be a week in the life or a day in the life or anything like that, because I think I did this before where it was just snapshots over a period of time of typical things that I do, but not in a week or a day. This might be across a couple of weeks, because I am a normal human being. I work, I have a young son, I have a family, we're building a house. So it will be typical snapshots and little bits I'm doing that I think you might be interested in, but not necessarily all in the same period of time. In fact, I think I did record something the other day which I might include in this pre-haircut. So, but I don't know how different it really looks. I did actually, whilst we're talking about haircuts, I had a slight side fringe put in because some of you may know that when you're pregnant, your hair doesn't fall out as much because the hormones change, and then when you have the baby, that's when all the hair starts to fall out that you would have lost whilst pregnant, and so it kind of results in these really strange bits as they grow out. So this is 2 years of hair growing back after having my son, and because my hair was all the same length before, it really stood out and it was really irritating me. And so the hairdresser said, well, I'll do something on purpose to make it look more intentional. I've never had a fringe before, but I was really fed up with my appearance, and so I said, yeah, whatever. Because I'm not overly precious over my hair, it will grow back. And it's already annoying me, so that was possibly an error. Although it is going behind my ear now. It wasn't staying put before I washed it, so I don't know if it is now because it's damp. We'll see. I have to get used to it, I think. Yeah. See, I don't know. It just kept doing that. So we'll see. I don't know how I feel about it. But yeah, so I am actually at the moment mending some denim shorts whilst I watch a bit of TV. I got a takeaway coffee from a really nice hatch up the road, which I'm sure I'll share with you at some point later in this vlog. I perhaps should have shared that earlier, but I didn't, because I've only just decided to do this. And I've been having a bit of a sit down watching a video whilst mending these denim shorts, which I thrifted. And then I'm going to go downstairs and make some moisturizer, which is why I thought I would share, because that is a little bit interesting. And I'm aware I keep hitting the microphone playing with my hair, so I need to stop doing that. So yeah, I'll show you what I'm working on with my shorts. So I bought these high-waisted shorts on Vinted. I don't know if they're vintage or fake vintage, to be honest. And they've got these huge buttons either side. But the buttonholes were completely frazzled, completely falling apart. I don't know whose name and number that is. It was just attached when I bought them. Completely frazzled. Also, the buttons are plastic, and I hate plastic buttons. I have a bit of a vendetta against plastic buttons. So I learned to do a buttonhole stitch, and I'm quite badly, to be honest, reinforcing the buttonholes. So I've done one side, I'm just working up the other side now, and then I'm going to get some really big Corso buttons in a white cream colour. Do I have some Corso buttons to hand? You can see. I don't think I do. Bit of a pain. No, I can't see anything close to hand. Corzo is a really nice material. It, I guess, to those not initiated, would probably look like plastic, but it has a nicer feel and a bit of a nicer sort of, I guess, texture. They're very hard wearing. I think more environmentally friendly too. So I'm going to measure these up, maybe slightly smaller because my buttonholes have made them a bit tight, and get some and replace these. And I'll give these to the charity shop or something because somebody can make use of them. I'm just not a big fan of big white buttons, although I have just realised they might be quite useful for something I'm doing later. I need to make a, this is a tangent, snail costume for my son by tomorrow. And I'm wondering if I can use these as the eyes, actually. That's a good idea. I think that might be what happens. But anyway, so there we go. That's something I'm doing right now, and I'm going to do that whilst watching a bit of TV. Well, TV, I mean YouTube. Sorry, I am trying to control how much chaos you can see in this kitchen because it is a bit of a mess. It's lived in. Right, so ages ago I bought this sea buckthorn oil. I've made quite a lot of skincare recipes from the Bottega Zero Waste skincare book, like it's soaps and stuff, and one of the recipes involved this. I can't remember which one, not very much of it, but so I bought that a couple of years ago, and it seems since then sea buckthorn oil's gone a bit viral for being really good for skincare. So I thought I would replace the oil in the skincare recipe I have adapted from that book with this and make a sea buckthorn facial moisturizer. So I don't think I'm going to share the recipe quantities I use because it is basically the Bottega Zero Waste one. I've just realised I left a couple of ingredients upstairs. I'm going to have to go grab them. So if you wanted to make a similar facial moisturiser, I'd recommend getting that book and using the simple facial moisturiser recipe in there. I'm pretty much doing that, but replacing jojoba oil with this. So I'm going to set you up on my kitchen counter so you can see me making it, and then I'll share with you a bit as I go what I'm doing. So on a hot summer's day, this is not really what you want. At least it's not too hot. So as you can see, I've got my combination of oils, butters and emulsifiers in here. The emulsifier is the like lumpy bits, so that will all melt down. The emulsifier allows me to combine these oils and butters with the water to make a cream rather than it being more like a balm. Sorry, the stick is like not looking so great in the video. So without these, they'd be a very oily product, and with the water it actually makes it easier to absorb into your skin without having such an oily residue. So yeah, this is obviously going to be a very orange cream, so I'm excited to see how it comes out. And then once these are melted to a particular temperature, then they've got to cool to a particular temperature after they've been combined, and then I can add some essential oil for a nicer smell and a preservative. So it's almost to temperature, but it is to temperature. So I'm going to pop you down so you can see what it looks like when we combine it. Because the oil is orange, I'm really worried about getting it everywhere. Right, and it's all very hot. Wow, look at that. Okay. So at the moment it looks really runny, but that's because it's still super hot and it hasn't had a chance to settle. So now we need to leave it for a little while. So this is the little lunch I've made whilst I'm cooking. Leftover salmon quiche. I made the pastry from scratch. In a food processor it's actually really quick, because you can do the breadcrumbs in the blender, so it's like a 5-minute job. I've just put a bit of really good olive oil and salt on it. And for young man, some homemade pizzas. Sweet potato pizza, so it's sweet potato, flour, homemade tomato sauce and cheese on top, a bit of cucumber, and I'll give him a few blocks of cheese, and this plum cut up in a minute. He always asks for the fruit at the end, so I don't put it on his plate, I wait for him to ask for the fruit. I use it as a bartering chip for wiping him down, because he hates being wiped, as all children do.
Yeah.
Do you want another one? It's Tuesday morning. As you can see, it's not that early, it's 7:30. We've been up since about 5, I think.
Mommy!
My son is just below, and I'm on my phone, not my vlogging camera, because I left my camera upstairs, and as you can hear, I've got young man in the high chair just below. So yeah, this Tuesday we have our veg box delivered as usual, but I am watching the money a bit this week, and so rather than ordering all of my meat from the veg box people, which is a lot more convenient, I am going to bike up to the butcher's with him in a minute after breakfast and just get like one large cut of meat and try and make that last all week. So I did something last week, slow cooking some shoulder of lamb, and it was really nice, and I think I'm going to try doing the same thing with beef, but then make a stew, fajitas and pizza from it. I think that's a good idea. We'll see how it goes. You can hear him talking. He thinks that he is in the film too, and he's not. So I'm just making some porridge for us both. And then this Tuesday, because once a fortnight someone comes to help us clean the house. I honestly would not be able to cope.
Hi, Mommy.
Doing the mum thing, doing the working thing, and all the cooking from scratch, and all the cleaning and the making, it just would be too much. So cleaning is something I hate doing, so it's a good thing to outsource. It's a bit of a luxury, but also I feel quite important this stage in life because I can't do everything, and I would rather cook than clean, for sure. So that's what we're going to do. So we just kind of have to keep it out of our way for a bit and try not to make too many messes around the house. Easier said than done when you've got a little hurricane following you around. Like the whole house was tidied last night to the extent that it's ever tidy, and he's already destroyed his room, so I'm gonna have to do that again. But yeah, so there we go. Speak to you guys again in a bit. Are we waving to each other? hope it's okay doing a bit of a vlog on a mix of quality of cameras and with my son around. I've been watching a lot of vlogs. I'm going on a bit of a tangent actually. I've been watching a lot of vlogs lately, mostly by someone called Caroline McQuiston. And I've really been enjoying it, to be honest. It makes me feel, I don't know, kind of inspired to be creative. Makes me very, because she's renovating her house. Which is keeping up the enthusiasm for the renovation project because I'm so over it. It's not me that's doing it, it's my partner, but it means that he's working all the time. He's either at work or he's working on the house. So family time is incredibly limited.
Mommy.
Just back from the bike ride and the butcher's. Not got very long before the cleaner coming. Bought the biggest piece of beef shoulder that I could get for the money I had. A little bit nervous it's not going to fit in the slow cooker. I think it should, and you put a string around it just to make sure that it go in. So I just dug out of the freezer. I have, when I've got a bottle of wine open and I'm not going to drink it all before it kind of goes a bit skippy, I put anything I don't think I'm going to drink, or when it's past the point of drinking, in jars in the freezer because it becomes like a slushy, and then you can just scoop it out for cooking. So I'm going to throw that in. I don't know that that's enough, so I might open a bottle of wine to be honest. And then I've also got one of these. So this is the Freya bone broth, the instant kind. I was hoping I'd have a carton, but I don't. So I'm going to stick that in, extra nutrients, with some vegetables. So I'm going to slow cook the hell out of this. Huge piece of meat, because the aim is to make fajitas, wraps, like a roast dinner type thing, a few bits and bobs, maybe a pasta sauce. I don't know. I'm just going to see how it looks and goes, to be honest. So I want to fry the meat off and get it all going, and then I've got to like sweep the decks in here so that the only thing that's really out on the side is the slow cooker. The crumble, which I started sorting out, I made like a, how am I going to do this? Mini one. So this has no sugar in. And then I've got, can I show you? I don't have to do it because it's on face track. So there's the fruit in here, it's cooling down, you can't really see. And then I've got, in this clear container, the crumble topping. So I'm going to just shove these in the oven, which is not on, to get them out of the way, because I will cook them later.
You want to get out now? Do you want to get out?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Oh, Dida. Just nice one.
Here's Daddy.
Cheers.
Mommy.
Okay, cheers.
So we just come back from going to the pub for an hour. It's quite a nice pub. It has like a play garden. When I say it's quite a nice pub, it's not a nice pub, but it's convenient and it's got a play area. My son really enjoyed it. He just got to run around and play with Mummy and Daddy for a bit, so that was really nice and a treat on a Tuesday afternoon. And we're just going to settle down to our dinner now. See if I can show ya. Can I do it? Very lazy dinner. The slow cooked beef, some new potatoes, some peas, and the bits that were cooked in the slow cooker. And then we're going to have our crumble for dessert. So